Hi all, my name is Anil Nair. I was the ex-Career Launcher South India Academic Head. From last 9 years I have been writing CAT examination, and today in this video I am going to help all the students who are going to write November 22nd second day examination, and I am also going to tell you what all the things they should do and they should not do while writing their examination so that they can maximize their score. And this video will also act as a handy toolkit to all the students who wrote the exam on November 16th to understand their performance. Before we discuss CAT 2014 detailed analysis, some quick facts about CAT 2014. CAT 2014 exam is an entrance exam to get into 19 IIMs and close to 100 plus B schools. And this exam was held in close to 307 centers across 99 cities. Close to 1,96,915 students have registered for CAT 2014 examination. Last year, the total number of IIM seats were close to 3,335. And CAT 2014 examination, on the first day, morning and afternoon, CAT 2014 paper is more or less easy compared to the last 3 years of CAT in an online avatar. Probably the kind of questions that are asked in CAT 2014 examination, morning slot and the evening slot, were close to the kind of questions that were asked in CAT 2006 paper. And some of the questions some of the students found the quant section to be very easy, and they found the verbal section to be moderate to tough, and the toughest section in morning and afternoon slot is LR. Now let us discuss the nomenclature of the entire paper in the coming slides. Now let us take quant examination. As some of you already wrote November 16th examination, most of you are aware of the fact, and for the people who are going to write on November 22nd, it's a data point. You will have two sections. First section will have quant and data interpretation. Total 50 questions will be asked. In quant, close to 34 questions are asked. So what we have taken is, we have taken the 34 questions in the morning slot and 34 questions in the afternoon slot, and we developed this pie chart. Now if you observe this pie chart closely, 32% of the questions from quant section came from arithmetic. So in the first day, predominantly good number of questions are from arithmetic. In arithmetic, I'll also give you the classification. Close to 15 to 17 questions came from time, speed and distance, time and work, percentages, profit, loss and discount, averages, mixture and allocation. Remember, these 15 to 17 questions are the combinations of the questions which came in the morning slot as well as the afternoon slot. All the students who are extremely good in executing percentages and ratios will definitely have an edge over others. And if you see the pie chart carefully, 26% of the total 68 questions came from geometry. And most of the questions that came in geometry are from basic definition of a triangle, similarity of a triangle, geometric centers related to triangle, circles, polygons, and few questions with respect to two-dimensional and three-dimensional figures. Algebra constitutes about 21%. And to tell you what all topics came in algebra, quadratic equations, close to 3 to 4 questions came. 1 or 2 questions in the morning and 1 or 2 questions in the afternoon. And we got questions, 2 to 3 questions from functions, both in the morning slot as well as in the afternoon slot. 1 or 2 questions are there from logarithms. 1 or 2 questions are there from coordinate geometry. And also good number of questions came from progressions, especially maxima and minima. Now if you see, 15% of the total questions came from number system. There were 1 or 2 questions based on negative remainder theorems concept, and there were 1 or 2 questions with talks about the relationship between A, B and C. The questions are similar to the kind of questions like 5 power A equivalent to 25 power B equivalent to 625 power C. We need to find out the relation between A, B and C. Similar kind of these questions came. PNC, there were 1 or 2 questions from probability. Probability questions resurfaced again after 1 or 2 years. PNC, total 6%. From this pie chart, one thing is very clear that the close to any student who is good in arithmetic, geometry and algebra can probably take close to 80% of the questions. Now let us get into DI. Now Quant in morning slot as well as afternoon slot, the kind of difficulty ranges from easy to moderate. Any student who is good in conceptual understanding should be able to take close to 21 to 22 right attempts. And we are going to discuss the percentile versus scores in the upcoming slides. DI. If you observe DI, 50% of the questions came from tables. And some of them are straightforward questions related to growth rate, related to the percentage increase, related to compound annual growth rate. But some of the questions are calculation incentive. Some of the questions are calculation intensive. 50% questions came from tables. Make sure that you go through all the kinds of varieties of questions that can come from tables in data interpretation. Bar graphs. 25% of the questions came from bar graphs. And remaining 25% came from caselets. In section 1, according to me, DI will be the game changer for all the students who want to maximize their score. So there were few questions. There were few students who are able to solve 3 to 4 caselets and get all of them right. Now let us get into the section 2, verbal ability and logical reasoning. Now if you see the pie chart closely, pie chart more or less is self-explanatory. If you see, RC constitutes about 32%. RC, either in the morning slot or in the afternoon slot, there were close to 3 to 4 RC passage. Every passage contains minimum 3 to 4 questions. So any student who is an avid reader, who goes through newspaper daily, who reads not to get only marks in competitive examination, who has a habit of reading, should be able to score. And there were good number of inferential and fact-based RC questions. Now next comes CR, critical reasoning. Students who have gone through our coaching, who understands all the 8 techniques, that is swimmer technique, should be able to solve these questions in less than 1 minute. Parajumbles constitutes about 16%. Grammar constitutes about 6%. Logical reasoning. Logical reasoning, 32% of the questions. Out of morning slot and afternoon slot, I would rate logical reasoning to be the section which is toughest. And there are some caselets which involves a lot of understanding of that variables given in the question, and you have to map it. Mapping it with the corresponding numerical values will take some time. Next. Now, if you observe, this is a very, very important slide for all the students who are going to apply to various B schools apart from IIMs. Now, please remember, this table will talk about the net right attempts versus percentile. Now, all the viewers who are going to watch this video might get a doubt. Sir, how did you derive at this percentile? Now, one is purely based on my experience of 9 years and writing 240 plus examinations. And another 2 is, we have taken a database close to 10,000 people and we just check the raw scores versus percentiles in their mock examinations across all the top test players. And please remember, this slide is just an estimate purely based on morning slot and an afternoon slot. Always give a deviation of plus or minus 5% depending upon the people who are going to write the examination on November 22nd. For your information, on November 16, close to 1 lakh students have written the examination and close to 96,000 plus people are going to write the examination on November 22nd. Now if you see closely, suppose for a question if there are 4 options, right answer will have 3 marks, wrong answer will have -1 mark. That means, for example, if I take section 1, 80 to 85 percentile, 21 to 23 right attempts. They are not the number of attempts, right attempts. That means 21 to 23 means if a student gets a net score of 63 to 66, maybe his percentile will go in and around 80 to 85 percentile. So if you come to the last figure, that is 62 plus, any student who gets a total net score of 186 plus, we feel should definitely get at least one IIM call. And please remember, this percentile versus CAT scores table should not be taken as it is when you are going to attempt November 22nd paper. November 22nd paper, the nature of the paper might actually go up or might actually go down. So have a tentative attempts when you are and always you should change the attempts within the first 15 minutes while attempting the paper. If the number of questions are maximum, if the number of questions are easy, your number of attempts should definitely grow. If the paper is tough, if you come out of the examination hall with a smile in your face, then the so-called 1,96,000 plus students will also come out with a smile in their faces. I am very happy to update this to all the viewers that there were good number of questions in the CAT 2014 paper which are nothing but the replica of our questions present in our material as well as in our YouTube channel. 15% of the total questions that came in Quant LRDI section are nothing but the replica of the questions which are present in the material. That means students who bought our material will get an edge over others. In fact, some of my students have sent a mail saying that there were at least 6 to 7 questions where they are searching for the answer to tick mark. There is absolutely no solution required. And this pie chart talks about the distribution of the questions which came in CAT 2014 paper versus the questions which are absolute replica of the CAT-14. 15% of the questions are replicas from our ANC material, which is one of the best selling material where we courier our material to USA and other countries also. And 5% of the questions are taken from the online mocks. 12% of the questions, I recommend all the viewers who are going to watch the video, please download all the videos present in our YouTube channel Anil Nair Classes 2013. Maybe the questions which you are going to see in the video will help you out to move your percentile from 98 to 99 plus percentile, thereby making you get a call from the top 3 IIMs. 12% of the total questions are inspired from shortcut videos, 5% from online mocks, 8%. Every year we conduct thematic workshops in the month of August to September to help the students to maximize their percentile. 8% of the questions are replica of the questions from thematic workshops. If you observe the pie chart carefully, 45% of the total questions that came in the morning and afternoon are directly or indirectly inspired from ANC material. You just cannot skip buying our material. Now, we strongly advise all the students who are going to write November 22nd examination to take this slide as the most important slide. All the students should mandatorily revise all verbal ability, logical reasoning and quantitative aptitude questions from CAT 1997 to CAT 2008. It has been observed that yesterday's questions, the level of difficulty is close to the questions that are present in 1997 to 2008. Similarly, please revise all the reading comprehension questions from CAT 2000 to CAT 2008. Revise all data interpretation questions from 1990 to 1999. And more importantly, we as an institution believe that algebra, geometry, DI, RC and LR will be the game changers. And these topics will differentiate between the extraordinary achievers and ordinary people. And please kindly revise all the shortcut techniques present in our YouTube channel. I strongly believe that I was given all the knowledge with the trust that I will give it to others. 80 hours of absolutely scintillating shortcut technique videos are there. Kindly download, rewind, pause, replay as many times as possible. And these videos are going to help you not only for CAT examination but also 7 to 8 examinations which follow CAT. And last but not least, there is a useful tip which I want to give it to you. Please make use of that view entire question paper feature. That will help you out to identify what are all the easy questions present in the paper. Otherwise, kindly do not solve the question paper in the serial order. It is not given in the paper that please solve it from question number 1 to 100 serially. Identify the easy questions by clicking on the future entire question paper. Taking the paper as it comes might end up you being a loser in CAT examination. Kindly watch this analysis video few more times to understand few important key points, and just have this doubtless faith that with a good teacher around you, miracles will unfold. Faith works. Faith alone works.